Right? Well, hello
I
everybody.
know, right?
Hello, we are live. We have here Res. I put a link to her channel right below. So for those that are new, I think Res, I let her do the introduction. Okay, Res, go ahead. The screen is yours.
Okay. Hi everyone. It's me, Rez. He'll leave my information down below and you guys can check me. Hopefully you do.
Okay. Yes, her link is below to her channel. She's fairly new to YouTube, but it's always fun to discover new people on YouTube. But we are here to talk about Stranger Things. We have one viewer already, Raz. Space Boy Jordan.
Oh, wow.
We are here to talk about the show Stranger Things. Okay, so that we don't overlap each other and talk over each other, I let you have the podium. Tell me the pros of this show. We'll leave the cons for later, but for now, tell me all the things that you can think of that you think is great or good or everything. Go ahead. What's your
Oh
thought,
gosh.
the good thoughts on the show?
Honestly, I don't think I even have any bad thoughts for you. I love the show. It was spectacular. It was the best show I've seen in years. Honestly, it really was. It was beautifully written. I love the sci-fi element. It spoke to my heart with that, and I really loved the fact that it brought the nostalgia of the '80s to me. I mean, that was just wonderful, and it just really felt like I was stepping in the '80s.
Yeah.
Very
Now,
authentic.
are you a big fan of the 80s movie?
I am. I
Okay,
am.
so you're a big fan of like the ET, the Close Encounter of the Third Kind, and all of that stuff.
Yes, yes, I am.
Good. Okay.
Honestly, I think even going back to the '70s and '60s.
Okay. Okay. Um, Now, did you hear the show from somebody else that recommended, like I did? I got that show was recommended to me by maybe 3 or 4 different people, but they did not tell me anything. I had no idea what the show was about. You know, but from just a little picture on the screen of what they say Stranger Things, it looked a lot like ET with the boys and a bicycle. So I'm just like, interesting. Is this going to be like another ET remake? But that's all I knew. That's all I knew about the show. None of my friends told me a thing. They did a good job of not spoiling anything for me.
Wow. See, well, I actually encountered a advertisement on YouTube. It was like a trailer before you watch another YouTuber's video, and it
Okay.
came on, and I said, "Whoa, what's this?"
Okay.
Gotta watch it. You know?
Yeah. So now, did you like the show? Did the show grab you right away?
Oh yeah, instantaneously, I was immediately drawn in. I couldn't stop watching.
Okay. Yeah. I'm trying to remember how I felt about the first episode. For sure, I don't think I was sucked in right away. But I find it intriguing, with the boys playing Dungeon and Dragon. That was my world when I was, I came to America in 1980, and I was full into the Dungeon and Dragon thing, comic book thing by 1981. And everything. What fascinates me about the show right away is the haircut, the clothing, the music, the
Yes.
furniture, the
Yeah.
the radio, the music. I mean, they did a very good job on making everything look 80s. And
I completely agree with you. They did a job of that.
yeah, it was, like I said, that drawn me in more than the character from at the start. That's what drawn me in, and then shortly after that, the when the mystery start to evolve with the boy, the kid missing, that's when I'm just like, whoa, this is gonna be interesting. And I can tell you, I'm not a huge fan of Winona Ryder. Are you?
Really?
Yeah,
I
you know,
love Winona. I've been wishing for her to have a comeback since her days in shoplifting.
yes, you know, I I can't remember the name of the movie that everyone loved her in the 80s. I cannot remember. But there was a,
Edward
what was it?
or or is it the one with her and Christian Bell? Not Christian Bell. The one Heather's.
Yes, yes, Heather. Heather was
Yes.
the talk of the 80s when I was in high school. You know,
Yeah.
and sure, is she attractive? Yes. But as far as, you know, I'm not, as far as acting and all that stuff, I was never wowed by her. So when she got the shoplifting thing and disappear, I kind of just like whatever, another one of those 80s star that went nowhere, like Molly Ringwald. You know, there's a ton of 80s actresses that just never pan out. Uh,
Yeah.
but so as far as the kids, I have never seen any of those young actors. Have you seen them in anywhere before?
I have not. I didn't know who they were, where they came from, but they did a fantastic job for their ages and or the age that they depicted in
Now,
the show.
do you have your favorite of the four? The four
Oh,
boys and the one girl. Do you have a favorite?
yeah, I do. My favorite was the girl,
Oh, I'm not surprised.
11.
Well, let's exclude the girl because the girl is great. How about the boys? Which one of the boys did you like?
Well, of course, because one of them was missing throughout the whole episode. I don't really care as much about him,
Yeah,
so I feel like I like the one. What is his name? Mike. I like Mike.
I like the one with the missing teeth.
Oh, I did like him too. But I think the missing teeth bothered me because I didn't know if he was missing teeth or not until almost the last episode.
Yeah, I thought he was charming. You know, I thought
Yes,
he
very
was
charming.
I thought he was the most caring of the three boys because he kind of see things differently. You know, he recognized that
Yeah.
um, he should have been the best friend of Mike, but
Yeah.
you know, he's not, and he's not jealous about that. You know, he's just like, you know, he see things and said it the way it is, and um, I like him. He's just funny. He's just funny, charming, um, wonderful acting job for sure. Um,
Yeah.
Now, as far as the adult,
Adults.
yeah, I mean, Wyoming
I want to
is
say one
awesome.
thing. I want to say, didn't the relationship between the boys remind you so much of that movie Stand by Me with was it Charlie or Jerry O'Donnell?
Mm,
That's who the Dustin, the fatter. He reminded me of him
yes,
when that movie came out. You remember that movie?
yes, Stand
So
by Me.
again, it sets that further nostalgia.
Yes, Stand by Me is probably my favorite movie when it comes down to young actors because you know I mentioned this in one of my live chat last week where I have a problem with a lot of movie with young actors because I found that many of them are not very good. The young actors tend to
Exactly.
be very poorly acted, not believable,
Uh-huh.
poorly written lines and deliver. But Stand by Me was a wonderful come of age, young teenage boys kind of thing. And I love that when I saw that in the 80s when I was in high school, I think. Um, so
Mm-hmm.
this show is the first show that I found the young cast to be very well cast,
Mm-hmm.
and they did sure. Not everything was great, you know, but for the most part, they did a good enough job that I love them. You know, and that's the thing with shows. For me, I have always tell my friends that for me, whether it's a movie or a TV show, for me to enjoy the movie, I must somehow like the characters.
Yes.
I must
Yes.
care. I
I
must. If you write me a movie where I don't care about any of the characters, I will hate it. Um, you know, just like you know, a lot of bad movies. I hate those movies because there's nobody in the movie that I care to save or to root for or anything, So whenever there's a show where I care for the characters and I root for them to succeed or whatever, then I'm vested interest in the show.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm the same way.
Yeah. JLS says some moments didn't feel like acting to me, like when they were playing D&D and when they showed up in the hospital at the end. Absolutely, they were very. It's wonderful. It's heartwarming to see it happening. No doubt, we will talk more about potential spoiler for season 2 at the end because sure. Yeah. I had no idea that this show gonna be season 2, but the way things unfolded at the end, I'm just like, oh, they are going for season 2 because this is not over.
I know, right? But you know what? I think it would be so brave if they ended it. It'd be so brave if they just ended it, left it so open-ended as they did.
It would have been okay, Is it many science fiction thriller kind of thing, like even like E.T., right? It's not a neatly wrapped everything happily ever after kind of thing. So it would not broke my heart if the show did not have season 2. But I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled that they have season 2 because I don't know what's gonna happen next.
I'm just hoping they don't mess it up. Yeah. I'm just hoping they don't mess it up. It was just like Empire. I know this is not a science fiction show, but Empire was so booming and banging for the first season. Then second season came out, and it's just I could not watch it. I couldn't bear to watch the second season. I don't, it just,
No, it's hard. Writing a TV show and maintain the excellence for multiple seasons is not easy. It's not easy, and that's why I tip my hat to Daredevil that they were able to raise the bar in season 2. It's.
I haven't seen season 3. Well, those 4. I haven't seen that one yet. I so want to see it, but I can't. I got so much other things I'm reading right now.
Yes. Well, when you get to see Daredevil on Netflix, trust me, season 1 was good. Season 2 raised the bar. It's
really
hard
now.
It's hard for season 2 to trump season 1 for most shows.
Yeah.
A few shows out there can say that season 2 is better than season 1. Daredevil is one of them, in my opinion, and many people agree with me. It's just.
I love season 1. I loved it. I absolutely love season 1.
Yeah, trust me, season 2. Okay. Now, I'm surprised that you have. Well, I'm not surprised. If you watch my channel long enough, you will know that I tend to be nitpicking a lot of things. I'm much more difficult. That's just the way my brain works. When I see something, I'm just like, wait a minute, what's going on here? Maybe I missed something, and maybe you can explain to me. Okay, let's go to episode 1.
Okay.
When he ran into the house and picked up the phone, and then did he drop the phone? Did he see? In my mind, I did not rewatch any of the episode. Okay, so from my recollection, when the boy run into the house, tried to use the phone to call whoever, and the creature or whatever it was scaring him, did he just drop the phone, let it hanging, and keep running into the back of the house, into the other room, into the other shed? See, I thought he did. So the next day,
he did.
The next day, when the mom and the brother and the mom was in the house and the phone was neatly hanging, the phone was put back on. I'm like, wait a minute, shouldn't the phone be like hanging, dangling?
Exactly.
So
I get, See, I was so into the. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is one of the first shows in years that has made me scream with fright. So I think that it did catch me off guard that I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, but so like I said, it's not a deal breaker for that I hate the show, but for sure that was the very first thing that caught my attention. The first episode, I'm just like, wait a minute, that phone was hanging. It was hanging. It was not neatly put back on the wall. I should have rewatched it
Yeah.
to confirm my opinion. But and then this, like I said, I can nitpick every episode of something that went wrong. Maybe you
Yeah.
maybe you can explain to me now. When the girl went to the boyfriend's house for the party, and she woke
Yeah.
up the next day, and her friend disappeared. How did she get home? She showed.
I assume she walked.
Yeah, but they didn't say. I'm just like, did she just like she 1 minute she was looking for her friend. She never asked the guy for a ride home, and the next minute she walked into the house, and her mom's like, "Where you been?" I'm like, "How? What? What's going on here?" So to me,
Yeah.
there's a lot of little things like that that to me,
Yeah, when you feel like that, yeah, I can see that.
it's not a bad thing. It's just, to me, it's just like, okay, if you're gonna, um, I used to be an aspiring writer. I can't do it. I'm not very good, but those little things always caught my attention. I'm just like, wait a minute, you could have cleaned that up easily by not having the boy drop the phone and run away. you know, you don't.
I suppose he could have hung it up before he
like I said, she didn't have to ask her friend for a ride to go to the other house. She could have walked to the party. This way, it would have been easily explained that she was able to walk home after she woke up in the morning, instead of she just like show up at the house like, oh, I'm here. I gotta. Like I said, it's neat to be able to like jump through those plot points to get to the through the story. But at the same time, whenever I see plot that kind of just like left hanging and jumping all over, I cringe a little bit at those little scenes.
Yeah.
Well, Cost Iconic Point say, Nick, your attention to details allow you to be a master grader. Unfortunately, you are correct, sir.
Yes.
It make me very good at what I do. For those that don't know what I do for a living, I am an expert, a forensic expert. I testified. I go to courts, and people hire me to listen to the opposing side and nitpick the living hell out of their lousy testimonial. So I listen. I listen to the storytelling, and then I pick it apart because but no doubt, the way I look at things in details and connect the dots together, make me very good at my job. But
yes,
it's living hell for me to watch TV or movie show because I'm just like, what is going on here? This makes no sense. Why are they doing this? Now, as far as the other thing that confused me, okay, is they establish that the creature is drawn to blood, right?
Yes.
So how was it that the creature was drawn to the boy, the first boy? Was he bleeding when he fell off the bike? What's
that was something that I felt wasn't explained thoroughly.
Yeah, so see, that's another thing where I understand it's a plot point to get the boy to be disappear. That's fine, but to me, it's just like, if you're gonna establish blood, all that stuff, why not have the boy scrape himself, bleeding from the head or something? You gotta tie the points together. Because that's how her friend by the pool get caught, right? Because she cut her fingers and the blood was getting into the pool, all that stuff, and yeah. So like I said, it's always bugs me. It bugs my brain to sit through any movies or TV show and see all these little things where I'm just like, man, they could have cleaned that up a little bit better. Oh, I hear your little one.
Yeah, the little girl, she's telling her brother.
Now, you said you have three kids. What's the age?
Yeah. 6, 4, and 2.
6 and 2? Oh, you cut off, but that's a handful.
Yes, yes, yes. They're all under
Okay, okay. Um, yeah, so overall, I can't say that, no doubt the show has some weak points, a lot of strong points. I found the cop, the what do you call him? The head chief.
sheriff,
Um, I
the
find him
chief
to be,
sheriff.
yeah, he did very good job. The weak point is a bumbling, fumbling, stupid cop that worked for him. Uh, I can
Oh
do.
yeah, I couldn't stand those. I couldn't stand them.
Yeah,
They
they were
bothered me.
stupid. They were stupid. They were the worst part of the
Yeah,
show. Those two deputy that shows up and say stupid things and make stupid comments all the time. I'm just like, yeah, that's the stereotypical small town Hickville kind of cop. I'm just like, they could have done a better job with those two because I'm just like, they are just stupid and annoying. Eh.
yeah.
Um,
They were. I mean, you saw how they enabled him to like when he showed back at his house drunk and high, whatever. They just thought nothing of it.
yeah,
Not question it or be concerned about it. I thought that was kind of odd too.
yeah. Now, do you what do you think of the number 11? Why would is there any significance in the number 11?
Yes, they. You remember when they, well, maybe I watched it behind the scenes or something, but I remember it being told that she was 11th child to go through that experiment. You remember when they were
Ah,
talking about all the children that he gathered? Remember he had see the mother, the one who was she wasn't able to move. Remember the one who wasn't able to talk when they visited her?
yeah.
She was she was one of his experiments. So I believe she was like number 10 or something, and before her there were others.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay. So I'm glad I asked the question because I'm just like, what is the significance of 11? And I'm like, okay. Now, here's the other question I have. Like, the restaurant owner, the one that fed her in episode 2,
Yeah.
who shot him?
That was again the organization that
Oh,
um had held 11.
okay. So, to me, it's almost like I didn't get. I'm like, why would they need to kill him? And I'm like, okay, it just like I said, it's one of those little plot point things where I didn't think it was necessary. Like I said, I may have missed it when I watched it that they show up and kill him, but for a second when they show up and found his dead body, I'm just like, why would L kill him? It would make no sense for L to kill him. But okay, that's. I'm glad I've talked to you because you answered some of the questions.
Yeah.
Like, who shot that guy? There's no reason to kill him.
Yeah.
I I I the perhaps the biggest surprise to me, and maybe you will agree, is the sister. I thought the sister played a bigger role in the last half of the season, and I'm glad they did.
Yeah.
I thought she was just gonna be an annoying, pretty older sisters. At least that's what the first 2 or 3 episodes was. But then when she get more involved with the story, I think she did a great job. Um,
You know what? I just found her character just very fake in the first few episodes, fake and flimsy.
yeah,
Like you didn't know where her lines lied,
yeah,
where they lay, and it was just because remember she went up to the older brother and she gave him her condolences. I thought to myself, you could tell that wasn't really sincere,
yeah,
but it's like, well, are they trying to make it come off as sincere? And and from that point, I really didn't care for her character until maybe the last episode or two.
yeah. And I thought, like I said, the first 4 episodes, I thought she was definitely one of the weaker. Hello, Louis Fernando Sima. The first 4 episodes, I thought she was weak. as far as a character, written, acting, you name it. Everything was not so great about her. But then once she started to care about her friend missing, um,
Yeah.
I thought she improved, and she definitely did a great job at the end. And it threw me. It surprised me how they ended the last episode, because if you ask me going into the 7th and 8th episode, I thought for sure her boyfriend would be dead meat and she will be with the brother. But I'm kind of glad they didn't do a happy ending kind of way where it surprised me. I'm just like, oh, he's dead meat. He's dead. He showed up to the house. He's going to be dead meat. And he didn't.
I thought, you know what? I was right along with you. I would think that she would probably be paired up with the brother, the older brother, and the boyfriend was going to die somehow. But they surprised me with that.
Yeah, and I think that's a good thing. I think that was one of the more like it's a minor point, but I think it says a lot about the writing where they're just not gonna give you the typical happy ending story. You know, it's just like you're not gonna get.
Yeah.
And you know, when she handed him the box down the stairway, I knew right away it's a camera. I'm like, it gotta be a camera. You know, it's what else can it be?
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I was thinking about you being so naughty. I don't know for later.
You know, but like I said, I was pleasantly happy that they did that with her relationship with her boyfriend, because I thought for sure he's gonna be dead meat, but they didn't kill him off. They didn't try to give you a neat, nice romance with the older brother. That was fine too. And were you surprised at the ending? With the ending, we go to the ending now. Were you surprised?
Yes, I was, and I loved every minute of it.
Yeah, that
definitely. Without the exposition being, it was all in the actions where, and that showed you that they were leading up to maybe a second season, which was very, very very exciting.
Yeah, it's one of those unanswered questions, like, why would that thing not kill him and kill the friend, the
Barb?
Yeah, so I'm just like, what is the purpose of that thing feeding that thing down his throat? I mean, there's a lot of things, but you're just like, man, I want some answers. So
well, I assume that I assumed it was because he was trying to make more of himself. The monster was feeding, Slug was feeding into the children to make more of these monsters. That's what I assumed.
Well, like I said, hopefully,
like hatching the egg or something.
Yeah, like I said, hopefully they will do a good job of. To me, I don't need the answers. I mean, that's why, as we spoke earlier before we launched this broadcast, I love the show Lost, because for every answer they give you, they introduce 2 more mysteries. So
yes,
to have the answer nicely wrapped up for season 2, that's fine with me. Leave me wonder is okay. But yeah, I mean, I wasn't sure what the heck was going on there. Certainly, I don't know what the heck is wrong with the head policeman that make a deal with the bad guy. Like, what did he say that allowed them to make a deal?
Yes, I was curious about that as well.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I'm intrigued of what he said, what additional thing that he said that we did not hear.
Yes.
It must be something related to the mother. It must be something related. Well, it must be something related to the experiment that they're doing, right? Because he must know what they did to the other people or whatever. I mean, so there could be a lot more. It could be a lot more coming in the next season. Who knows when? Okay, for all we know, we might have to wait to 2018 to see season 2.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing wrong with Netflix, is that when they do a show, there is no it's good and bad. In that Netflix, will not rush a show through. They will take their time to make sure that the creators have a chance to do it right.
Yeah.
Just like Daredevil. Do you know Daredevil season 3 is not going to be on Netflix until 2018?
Wow, I did not know. See, I need to get to season 2 before I even think about season 3.
Yeah, but imagine they're doing 2016, early 2016 for season 2, right? And then they're
Yeah.
going to make us wait 2 years to get season 3 because they just like, we don't have time for this stuff. It's because they're doing the Luke Cage.
Yeah.
They're working on Iron Fist. And then after that, they're doing the Defenders. And then Jessica Jones season 2. So those 4 shows will be what's taking up Netflix for the next 2 years. And then we get Daredevil season 3. So you have plenty of time to watch. Now, did you watch Jessica Jones?
Oh yes, I loved most of the season of Jessica Jones, except the last few episodes, which I found turned from a dark and gritty tone to more of a comical tone, and it bothered me greatly.
But you like the ending though? Did you like the ending of Jessica Jones?
I have mixed reviews for the ending.
Okay.
It was okay. I just feel like it wasn't the same Jessica Jones in the comics.
No, it's not. Definitely not the same. No, I enjoyed the show. I definitely like the Daredevil show more. But for me, I'm not very familiar with Jessica Jones at all, so I was pleasantly surprised and enjoyed the show. I definitely can't wait to see Luke Cage. You're welcome to do this live chat with me on Luke Cage if you going to watch the show.
Yes, I'll definitely be watching.
Yeah, so if we can coordinate the thing, we might even do a weekly show because if we can hold off binging all 13 episodes.
Yeah, because it may take a little bit longer than just 2 days for me.
Yeah. So keep that in mind, and you're welcome to join me. And if you want to hold your own live chat and invite me to your live chat, that's fine too. I mean, I try to. In the best way to do it is I would love to have multiple people participating, and then alternate channels.
Yeah.
So that episode 1 will be here, episode 2 will be over your channel, episode 3 will be over somebody else, and then maybe episode 4 came back to my channel, kind of thing. So if we can do that, it's not easy. Trust me, coordinating between 3 people is just like today. I'm trying to get 4 people on, and just me and you.
Yeah.
It's never easy.
Well, thankfully summer,
Yeah. But it's hard to have a chat with multiple people. I'm sure you have watched other live chat with 4, 5, 6, 10 people.
Yes, I just watched one last night.
Yeah, I mean, and it's hard to get everyone equal times, or it's hard to get. Some people join the live chat, but then they don't do much. They don't talk much. Okay, and that's not a big deal. But it's hard to maintain a chat with like 5, 6, 8, 10 people because it's hard to give everyone a fair chance to voice what they want to say without like overlapping each other and become a big noise. It's never easy. I can't do it. Some of the guys on YouTube in the comic book community is very good at moderating the chat. They can basically, let people talk in orders and maintain order.
Yeah.
I'm not good at that. To me, having 1 or 2 or 3 is like the maximum. I have had 3 people on a chat at once, and that worked fine. Once I get to 4 people, it becomes chaos.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, but anyhow, I'm thrilled that you joined me to talk about the show. I hope you had fun. for
Well,
sure.
thanks
For
for
those,
having me.
yeah, you're welcome. It's a lot more fun than me talking to myself. Um, but for those that are new to Raz channel, the link is below. You can subscribe to her channel. She does comic book review, showing some art. She's new to the community, and hopefully you will sub to her and watch her videos like I have the last few days. But before we go, do you have anything else to say, Raz?
Yeah, just I hope you guys have a great night, and I hope you enjoyed this broadcast.
Well, thank you for joining us. Hope I think more people will watch this later after. Stranger Things has not caught on to the masses yet. Not like other shows, but I had the feeling that it is gaining popularity. Certainly, a lot of people on YouTube
Yeah.
talking about. Everybody loved the show. Everybody loved the show. I mean,
Mhm.
and before I go, all I have to say is, I have no problem with movies or TV shows that swipe, borrow, copy ideas from older shows. I don't have any problem with that. Some people are original snob. I call them original snob because there's people out there that will criticize any movie that they think is not original. And
Yeah. There's a lot of those.
yeah, there's a lot of people that just like, oh, I can't watch Avatar stink because it's copied Dancing with Wolves and Dancing with Wolves copy from Pocahontas and this and that. I'm just like, it's hard for you can go crazy trying to
Yeah.
figure out which one is original. The bottom line is Stranger Things copy, swipe, borrow, pay homage to many older movies like E.T. or Close Encounter of the Third Kind. What it does is it does it so
Yeah.
well. That's the key. You can borrow an old idea and redo it, reboot it, relaunch it, whatever you want to do it. But the bottom line is it's done so well. That's what make it great, in my opinion. I don't mind a movie that borrows some other ideas as long as it's done well with good acting, and that's what we got from Stranger Things. Very well written, with a few plot holes that I point out, that I nitpick.
Yeah.
But overall, it's well acted, well written, and a heck of a lot of fun.
Yes, I agree. I agree. Very well written. I guess it was so good to me and so refreshing. I just let all the little miscellaneous mistakes just elude me.
Yeah,
And I just enjoyed the whole experience.
yeah, and that's the way I try to enjoy it too. Like I said, I noticed these little plot holes or missing things, but overall, it does not diminish my enjoyment of the show because ultimately, I those things are minor. It's not a plot killers. It's not a story killers because the acting and the story was good enough to carry me through all the episodes, and I'm thrilled to watch it. And I have been recommending that show to everyone, because it's a must-watch show, at least for my generation. I'm going to be 50 this year. I can't even say without choking.
Okay.
Well, thanks, Raz, for joining me. And for those that will
Thank you
watch
for
it
having me.
later, say thank you for Raz. And hopefully you will appear on future chat with me. And if you see I have live chat going on every Wednesday and Sunday. Okay. Every Wednesday and Sunday, I have Google live chat like this where I talk about anything. Okay. It's not,
Okay.
it could be movies, comic books, the whatever. So if you ever want to join, just let me know. I have an open door policy for my live chat. Some people,
Okay.
sometimes some people join, and sometimes I'm just here talking to myself. But anyhow, it's time to say goodbye. Thank you for joining me.
Bye. Thank you.
Um,
I look forward to next time.
Okay. Thanks. Bye, everyone.